In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can integrate the Google Cloud Platform into your n8n workspace, allowing you to connect to these different apps seamlessly. And setting up Google Cloud is really useful because this is actually a requirement to use these different apps. If you don't set up your Google Cloud, then you won't be able to access these. And so our first step is on Google. You just want to type in Google Cloud Console, and it will come up here. We just want to click on that, and it should bring us into our console. And once you're in, you just want to make sure you're logged into the correct email. If not, you just want to sign up, and you might be asked to put in some payment information, but you won't be charged, so don't worry about that one. And you also get $300 free credit on the first time sign up as well. And so once you've signed up or logged in, you want to go ahead and click on this console button up here. And then up in the top left over here, you'll have a project picker button. You want to select that. And here we can create our new project. So we're going to select new project. And here we can just give our project a name. We're going to say n8n setup. And we can just go ahead and hit create. And so we've got our notification here that our project has been set up. So we can now go ahead and just select it here. It will be n8n setup. And as you guys might have noticed, you are able to have multiple of these projects if you do choose to do so. And so our next step is to now actually enable the different APIs for these different platforms inside of Cloud. So Gmail, Sheets, Drive, Calendar, inside of the Google Cloud console. And the way we do this is we actually just go to the search bar at the top here. We can start to search the different platforms. We'll start with Google Drive API. And you'll see it come up here, Google Drive API. We just click on that. And here we can just enable it. And you'll see that we've now enabled the Google Drive API because it says disable here. And you'll be prompted with this kind of menu. We can do this for the rest of the platforms now. We'll just go to Google Sheets API. Click on it. We'll do the exact same process for all of these. Select enable. And you see that the process for enabling the APIs are very simple, so I'm just going to enable the rest of those off camera. And so I've just finished enabling the last API, which is the Google Calendar API. And if we just go to the navigation menu on the side here, go to enable API and services, you can see that we've added our Google apps here, Gmail, Calendar, Drive, and Sheets. And so our next step now is to set up the OAuth consent screen. So if you look on the left side of the screen here, you'll see the OAuth consent screen button. Just want to select that. Wait for it to load. And then you just want to select the get started button right here. So now we just need to fill in a bit of information. App name, we'll just say n8n. Support email, we'll just choose the same email on this account that you're using. We'll select external for the audience so that we can add some test users if we need to. And contact information, we'll just add a backup email. I'll just add my backup email there. And then we can just accept the terms and services and then hit create. So our OAuth configuration has now been created. Our next step, we just want to add a test user. So on the left hand side of the screen, you just want to select audience. And then here we can scroll down, add a test user. We'll click add users, and then we'll just put in our email here. And then we'll just select save. And we're also just going to publish this app here. And now our next step is to actually create the OAuth client. So we want to go back to the overview page on the APIs and services, or if you're lost, you just want to go to the navigation menu, go to APIs and services, and then just go to OAuth consent screen. And here we want to select create OAuth client. So for our application type, we want to select web application. Name could be anything, we'll just say n8n for now. And down here we need to add our authorized redirect URL. And to get this, we just need to head back into n8n. And when you open a new workspace and you add one of these Google apps, you just open up any of them. We'll open up Gmail. We'll create a new credential. And when we create a new credential, we have this OAuth redirect URL. And this is exactly what we need. So we'll just copy this. We'll go back to Google Cloud and we'll just add the URL in right there. And now we can just hit create. And our next step now is actually authenticating the specific apps themselves. So once we've created that, we just go to clients. Once you're in the Google Cloud Platform OAuth platform, you want to go to your client ID here and select edit OAuth client. And so now we have access to our client ID right here and our client secret ID down here. And we'll want to leave this open so that we're able to connect let's close this, to all of our apps inside of n8n. So we'll start with Gmail, and what we actually want to do now is we want to go to where it says select credential here, select create new credential, and just make sure you're on OAuth 2, and where we have client ID and client secret, because we now have access to those, we'll copy this client ID here. We'll go back to n8n and paste in the client ID, and for our client secret, same thing, we'll just scroll down to where it says client secrets here on the same page. We'll copy the secret and we'll go back to n8n and we'll paste that in there. And as you can see here, after putting in our both ID and secret, we're prompted with this sign in with Google button. So we'll just click that. And here we can just select our email. Make sure it's the same email that we've set up our OAuth with. And here we'll say Google hasn't verified this app because we haven't gave permissions to it. We'll just select advanced. Go to this link here. And here we can just enable all of these. And yeah, you can just read them individually, but I've already read this, so I already know what I'm agreeing to, and I'll just hit continue. And now it says connection successful, and you'll see here that our OAuth authentication with Gmail is now connected. And so basically, we're now just going to be doing the exact same thing for the other apps. So we'll open Google Sheets. I already have, for some reason, set up with this one, so we'll just create a new one, I guess. Create a new authentication with client ID and client secret. So we'll go back to Google Cloud, copy our secret back to n8n, paste that in, copy our client ID, paste that in. Then we have our button again, select that, select our email, advanced. Then we just have to agree with the permissions, continue, and we've connected Google Sheets. So the process is exactly the same for all Google apps, so I'm not going to show you guys that just to save time. I already did these off camera, and it's exactly the same process as Gmail and Sheets, which I just showed you. So yeah, so that is how you guys can successfully connect all these apps to n8n and access your accounts with Gmail, Sheets, etc. using the Google Cloud Platform and setting up your OAuth inside of Google Cloud Platform. So I hope you guys were able to take something away from this video and learn how you can do this. And if you did, please leave a like, as it helps to boost my videos out there, and more people can see these and learn more about n8n and learn how to do these different tips and tricks. I'll also be leaving a mini guide which follows these exact steps shown in this video if you didn't follow, or maybe you got stuck along the way. It'll have everything included in this video: how to set up your Google Cloud Platform authentication and these specific apps, which you guys can follow, and it'll be in my free school community, which will be in the description below, which you guys can join for completely free. So that's all for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.